The other stuff behind the scenes, the theme, the contact, appearance, plugins, users, tools, settings, we don't go into a lot of detail with that. Useful stuff to know, but not for your day-to-day running of the website.
Yeah, I'm okay with all that, okay. Stuff anyway. That's fine. So a couple more questions I've got. I noticed that you're using in the plugins, you're using a security plugin, which I've heard of, but I haven't used. So do I take it that's is that providing backups? How are the backups done?
So backups are done at server level.
Okay.
At the hosting account, we have a daily backup, offsite backup that's done with our server software. So the security plugin that is being used, iTheme Security, it's been disabled, I think, now. I don't know where it's gone.
Oh, is it not? Oh, right, okay.
It was here, but it looks like it's disappeared.
So, I mean, on all my, well, I say all my, I'm about 13 websites or so, I'm using WordFence.
Yeah, okay.
But I see you. So is there nothing on there now to protect?
Nothing more than the server software that we have in place. I assumed that it had been removed for some reason, and I'm not sure why. We always install iTheme Security, and we always change the admin URL. And I know we did that when we went live, so I don't know if it's been removed or uninstalled or what the problem was with that. But iTheme Security is our go-to of choice. I'll just do the security check. I'll run through the secure site. WordFence is good. We've not found that we need it with our software. The way we run WordPress and the secure server that we have, we've been very well protected. And just doing it this way.
Do you have then additional security stuff on the server side? We
do. We have a lot of extra security. So, and that might be hand in hand with the problems you've had with people trying to access their emails. If they're putting in the passwords wrong incorrectly, they'll get blocked out straight away by the firewall that we've got on the server. So there's a lot of sometimes a little bit too powerful, if anything. But hopefully it's all okay. So yeah, we do have the Gov admin in already from the last time we set this up. So I don't know what's happened there, Steve. I don't know where that's disappeared to.
No, I remember seeing it in the past, but I mean, it wasn't me, Gov. I didn't delete it.
No. It could be, it failed an update and it just removed itself or something like that. But now when you log in, it'll be gov-admin is where you want to go to. Log in there and you get your standard login page. I mean, most WordPress hacks happen from brute force hacking attempts, I think. That's where you go into this login page, you're trying, admin as a username, you're trying password.
Yeah.
And you're trying to log in, of course you fail.
So has that changed now then, from what you've just done now, our access?
Yeah, it would have changed now.
So, I mean, iThemes, what do we call it?
iTheme Security.
iTheme Security. Now, as you said, and I've seen it, that was there before, but we didn't have a different login. It's always been WP-admin to get in.
Okay. Not sure about that personally.
So I need to tell Denise this then. So it's now changed to type in gov-admin.
Gov-admin. So it just removes the fact that it was WP and changed it to gov.
But our passwords will have remained the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Passwords will be the same. Yeah, absolutely. And we always set this up. So if it's been removed or if it's failed an update or if it's been deleted, then, it can happen.
I mean, it was there quite recently because before we set up this training session, I'm not saying like 3 days ago it was there, but in the recent history it was there because I remember going through the website, and just making a note and looking at things, but I can't remember the last time I saw it, I have to say.
Yeah. And what will happen is, because it's in your history, I've just logged out of WP admin, but if I try and get back to WP admin, it may still work like it did there. But if I try it in an incognito browser, which you can't see, because I'm only sharing that screen, but I'm trying that now. WP admin, if I go to that now, it redirects me to a not found page. So I think it's based on user sessions and the fact that you may already be logged in at the time and all those things as well. So it may never have noticed.
Okay.
It's logged you out. Yeah. So we put that on there. The extra security does that for us. iTheme security is a nice tool for that. WordFence is good. I only ever really use it when I have been hacked, or I'm fixing someone else's websites that have been hacked. None of our parish council sites have ever been hacked, but we install that, and it tells us any files that have been changed or modifications, and I can very quickly then find the problem. But we've never needed it for this.
Right, okay. I mean, I just use the free version. I don't have a subscription.
Absolutely, yeah, nothing wrong with it at all. Absolutely.
And that my two primary things that I would use would be the WordFence, and then I use Updraft for doing the backups. But you're doing your backups at server level, so
yep.
If we had an issue, then you would just be able to pull back. And how many do you keep? How many do you rotate around?
We have 30 days, so it's a daily backup.
Okay.
30 days.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and that's within the cPanel, and then we have another, again, higher up that does once a day or once a week. It goes back a little bit longer. But Steve, if you want Updraft installed, we can put that on there.
It's. I mean, if you're creating the backups, that's fine.
Absolutely, we wouldn't have a service these days. I mean, could you imagine losing, parish council websites? It'd be, we wouldn't have many customers after that, I don't think. So we have to look after that, and our backups do that for us. Luckily, we've only ever restored maybe earlier in the day or earlier in the week when something's happened, gone wrong while we're developing. We've never had to restore a full server. We've never had to restore because a website's been hacked or anything like that.
Okay.
But never say never.
Yeah, well, I do get emails now and again from WordFence saying, because I've got a free version, they don't push out their fixes or their additions to the firewalls for 30 days unless you're a subscripted customer. But they do send out the emails saying, that there's a vulnerability in such and such a plugin. I always look at that plugin and think, oh, is it one of mine? Do I have that one? And I've never really had any of the ones that it mentions, but there you go. It is a bit of an awareness thing. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I've covered everything on my list, really. I had just a few things, really, which we talked about. And as we've gone down that list, we've pretty well covered the things that the areas I think I just need a little bit more on. So on that security, there's no more setting up to be done on that. So you've got a message at the top there saying, little message thing.
Where's that, Steve?
A red one. There's a security.
Oh, the red one, the security. Yeah, no, it's new in iTheme security version. Just see how it works, tips and tricks and things like that. We do have our central console as well. So you may have noticed that this site can be managed remotely, which may be something, if you've got a lot of WordPress websites, something that you may want to look at as well. It's called Infinite WP, and really useful tool. Infinite WP, best way to manage multiple WordPress sites. So we have all of our websites in this central management system called Infinite WP. We can deploy updates very quickly. We can upload a plugin to all of our websites very quickly and activate it through that dashboard. So we don't have to go and do a lot of things manually on each site.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So when we're updating the sites for you, we part of the hosting that we do for you is the technical updates. So we have them all loaded up, and it tells us what updates are ready and when they're needed and all those other things. So we'll get those done.
Yeah, and then obviously if there's a plugin update, you just tell it to go and update, and it just does it across all the sites.
Absolutely. Then we just do a check of the website, make sure it's still up and running and working, and all those other things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a good tool to have. I'll definitely say look at it. There's a free version of it on infinitewp.com. And it's nice because it does come with a backup as well, but that's at the quite a high level, because we're we need over 100 website agency plan, so around there, and it gets quite expensive.
Yeah.
Right. Excellent.
Okay.
Anything else then, Steve?
No. I think. I mean, obviously, if there was something that we weren't sure on, then we can email you on it. But no, I think we've covered everything. We've obviously got your accessibility thing coming along later in the year, and if there was something that I was going to change, I would probably discuss it with Denise. Would say, "Yeah, that seems like a good idea. We'll add that." We'd take one of those blocks out. We'll put an image block in or a video block in or something like that. Oh, as far as videos go, you don't. Can you put videos into the media library? But
absolutely. No, you can. You can upload an MP4 file.
All right.
Into the media library, and you can use our video element in our page builder to pull that into a page. You can also use, which is probably would suggest a bit quicker, because you're using YouTube servers to power, well optimized and all those other things. If you upload your own file, usually they're quite large, and they take up quite a lot of space. But you can do that. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. So if I have a quick look, let's just add one to the gallery. Media element, and where's video there? Have a look at how that sets up. So you can choose a video, either upload a new video, choose an existing one from your media library, or link to a video by URL, and you can put in there like YouTube. And you just copy the URL, paste it in there, and save that, update that, and have a look. There you go, the Hobbit official trailer.
All right, okay.
If you wanted that.
So that you've added that. What was that? Just to a new page?
That was just to the gallery page.
Just
added it, just threw it in there. Yeah, but of course we don't want it there, so I'm just going to update that. Leave that.
Okay.
But YouTube is what I recommend purely for speed. Purely for speed. Everyone knows how to use YouTube. That player is universal now, isn't it? Really, you get a nice button in the middle. You play it.
Yeah.
Away you go.
The only thing I do a little bit of internet marketing, and the only thing with that is you're getting other people's videos, and
at the end
can dilute your traffic away. If you're showing something and then it has something else shown at the end. But there was just something that we did, the scarecrow competition, and I created I used Camtasia and I just created a short video play of all the different scarecrows, but I've put it up on YouTube, and I've created a post. I think it's one of the posts.
Yeah, you did. I think you did. I've seen that.
That's just
there we go.
One of the social groups in the village, and I just put a link into to YouTube in there anyway.
Oh, fab! Yeah. So if I went there now and I got the actual full URL, and I went back to the website, and I put in the full URL to the page, WordPress should automatically convert it. There you go. And it adds it to the page for you.
Okay.
But because we had the short URL, it doesn't do that. So I just got the full URL, pasted it in, and pasted the video. And then it would play in the page then.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which is quite a neat little trick, actually. Because all I did was I didn't embed it in any way. I just pasted it in, and there you go. You got your full video there.
Just show me what. So what have I put? I've put the short link in.
Yeah, the short link. So youtube.be. When I went there, though, it changed it to the full version, so the youtube.com/watch ?
Yeah.
And then I copied that, got rid of the and feature YouTube, and just the standard URL, copied that, pasted that in. So I could leave that there if you like, Steve.
No, we'll take it out now. Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Edit post.
People might think I'm blowing my own trumpet, putting my own work in.
I think you're allowed to do that. So yeah, there we go. And if you did want to make it an actual link as well, you got your tool options.
Yeah, fine. So, put a link in. Mm-hmm.
Apply and update. I might have a watch of that later.
Well, there's the other thing that my wife did when this lockdown started. she's a teacher. So we had some teddies from the kids. So Teddy Edward made an appearance every day, and we must have about 50 pictures, at least 50, I think, of different scenes of Teddy and his friends, what he was getting up to. And it was just for the kids and people in the village as they're walking past down the lane. So there's quite a bit, and my wife keeps pushing me to create another little video sequence of him. So I thought, well, maybe then that would need to go up. But
very good.
It's been good about, pulling people together, and it's a conversation piece and stuff like that.
Absolutely, and I think we need a lot of that at the moment, don't we?
Yeah. Well, the Chatterbox have been doing quite a bit of stuff like this, and then with the Facebook page has been quite positive. People, adding stuff on there. Right, James. Yeah. So we must be over an hour now, aren't we? I must have been using up your time.
Just a few minutes. Yeah, a few minutes over, but
I think we've covered. There's nothing else that I'm thinking, oh no, there's a big gap there I haven't got.
No, that's good. I'm always happy to answer questions, Steve, and I'm always happy to do these kind of little meetings as well. I don't have any real problem from a commercial point of view. I probably should, but I'm quite happy to jump on.
Well, I was quite happy to. I think I said if you had sort of a number of YouTube clips or Vimeo or something like that, of basic operations, I would be quite happy to have gone through those and then come back with any odd questions. But
no, that's great feedback. We would like to do that, and being very honest, I was looking at this current pandemic with a positive spin, thinking that we're going to have a lot of free time. We're going to lose a lot of business, not lose it in the sense that it's just going to be pushed back a little bit, but it hasn't happened. We've been very busy. And the time I was sort of expecting to have was to make videos and make these training videos and tutorials and spend more time working on our product. But it's just not happened. It's a good thing. It's a good thing it's not happened in a way.
Maybe I've got more training. Maybe I could do your website tutorials for you.
I think that would be great. We've had a few people very recently put some very good user guides together as well for their councillors.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which have been very, very good. Because they're enjoying it, maybe sat in your seat where you are, thinking, I like working with WordPress, I like this, I want to tell other people how to do it as well. So a couple of parish councils, they've done just that, and they've put their own user guides together, maybe better than anything I could put together, which is nice. So
it all saves you support time, I guess. You've got that resource.
It does. It also makes me think that why haven't we got it there to begin with? And that's what I want to have that, at your fingertips. So if you do want a video on how to do X, Y, or Z, go onto the YouTube channel, find it and watch it and figure it out that way.
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to say, one of the marketers that I follow, he actually creates his own software for WordPress. He always adds in his tutorials in the program.
Yeah.
So they're always there as a link somewhere.
Yeah, that's very clever. As we're working through, I think with our agendas and minutes software and our document software, we may do that. I definitely need to update the admin area of it, because the agendas and minutes admin area is a bit, it's not really designed with anyone else other than me in mind, to be honest. But we will do that, and maybe get some videos in here as well, make that look quite nice. We've added another page worth of features in the newer version that we've got, just features to literally accommodate everyone. So display years based on screen size, yes or no, and loads of different options for accordion settings, for different document browsers, for displaying a year in the accordion, for making the accordion title a link. I don't think we've got that in this version here, but there must be maybe 50 different views on a agendas and minutes table that you can have now. So we're a bit out of worry, actually, that we're over-engineering that somewhat, which is easily done with software.
Yeah. Well, you must find some councils are the bigger council will have a bigger resource pool to pull people in who may have a lot more WordPress experience, and others won't have any at all, I would imagine.
Yes and no. Yeah, absolutely. We want to try and accommodate everyone. And we like to think that our software can do that because it's designed to be simple to use. But if you haven't had the training like we've gone through, or don't know where to go, it's almost impossible to know what agendas, how to use the agendas and minutes section without a little bit of instruction. But once you've had that, I like to think that you should be okay.
Yeah, no, I feel more comfortable with knowing where everything is and where everything does. So thank you very much for training today.
Excellent. No problem, Steve. If there is anything else, do let me know, and always more than happy to talk through these things with you.
Just one last thing then. As you're saying you're doing your upgrade and new release, how would you do, would you propose on doing that? Is that well, the first question is that a free upgrade?
It is a free upgrade, yeah. We don't charge anything for that.
Right. And then one assumes you obviously do all your beta testing and whatever, and then what do you tell people that, on a certain date you're upgrading, or do you give access to like beta testing, or is it only subtle changes that really you don't need to test anything?
They are very subtle changes, but there are also some bug fixes and things like that as well. So we, we've got a test site at the moment where I'm having that worked on, and it's just different abilities to do different things. So, different year dates, displaying it slightly different on different pages. We've got our accordion view as well, if you want to look at a drop down of each year, which some people like in a different format.
Oh yeah, that looks quite good. Yeah,
that's quite nice, isn't it? A document browser, so you've got all your categories in one place, but for Bilton, you've only got one parish council meeting category, so I wouldn't say have a category browser. I don't think you need to go into your different ones that way. But yeah, we're trying to, like I say, accommodate all different people, just to get them a solution that works. And we're thinking about it with a lot of detail. Standard WordPress, if you use WordPress a lot, Steve, I'm sure documents in WordPress aren't the easiest things to manage ever, really. Uploading a PDF, you can upload one or two, but when you've got 500 meetings that you want to display on a page, it gets a bit cumbersome. So I think doing it in the way that we have accommodates that. I like to think it does. I like to think we found a good solution for that. So we're always looking at new versions, next meeting, agendas and minutes, areas, and we've got some document tests as well.
Any reason why you've gone for that dark red colour on the right-hand side?
No reason at all.
I mean, it's making my eyes go up. I think that I'm sure that can't pass accessibility. That where you've got the download link and you've got like a very dark purple, background to that dotted box, then with a ready outside.
Yeah.
I'm not. Does that pass accessibility?
It does with flying colours. Would you believe? No, it does. It's a contrast thing. So the contrast between white and that dark colour is fine. Yeah. On some people's eyes, it can be a little bit harsh, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does tick the box there. But as you can see here, we're doing a few things with different, loads of different document displays and all those other bits and pieces. So there's a lot going on. There's a few more versions of things that we're trying to get sorted because there's a few bugs in this at the moment. But we'll get there.
And have you got a sort of a suggested lead time?
I've been saying it
other than when it's ready.
Yeah, which isn't very useful, but I'd like to say at the end of the week.
However, right.
Yeah, it's almost very close to the final.
I thought you were going to say, by November or something.
No, it's because we've put a big push on it in the last few months because it has some nice accessibility features in it as well. Like the ability to not upload a PDF, but you can upload just the text. So you can copy and paste your text from the agenda and the minutes document into a field and have it as readable text on your website. I don't really advise using it because, if you're creating an accessible PDF, then use that. But we're giving people the vehicle, and that's what we always try and do, is give people a way to do something. It's up to you if you want to use it. It's up to you. But it should be in the next week or two. We've got some other changes as well. We're going to upload an accessibility plugin which allows for better tabbing between links, which is something that's quite important, using your keyboard to navigate through the website.
All right.
And make that very obvious. We started that on this website. No, that's you, which is quite a similar name. So when we tab through, we've got skip to content, skip to navigation, sitemap, and then it shows you very obviously where you're tabbing. That's an accessibility thing as well. So yeah, we're going to be putting that on all websites too.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we hopefully in the next week or so, it keeps getting pushed back. We keep finding more bugs. We have a round of development, and it comes back, and then we go through it and find some more things, and it goes back and goes forward. So it's something that we'd like to have done by the end of the week. Yeah.
All right. Well, look forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll work through our list and then let you know when it's been uploaded.
Okay. All right, James. I think I've kept a lot of your time today. Thanks again for going through a few things. I'm going to write up some notes. In fact, what I might do is review the video. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I'm familiar with that we've gone through, but there'll be certain bits that I'm familiar with that Denise won't be. So I might create some shorter clips and put my own sort of notes and things on them, so that she asked me to record it as well. But I'm not sure that she'll want to go through the whole thing. But if I pull out the right bits, that, when you want to do something, and it's that's when you go to the specific bit of training. Yeah,
I'm just saying. Oh no, we're not quite as long as Titanic with what we've done, but it's probably not as an exciting watch actually as Titanic. But yeah, it's maybe not Sunday afternoon viewing, is it? Rewatching this.
No.
But no, yeah, hopefully we've covered everything that was on your list. And as I say, more than happy to go through any other points as well. But, it is a standard WordPress system. There's a few things that we've added in here to make it better for a parish council, or like to think we have. And hopefully they're not too cumbersome to use. Most of the feedback we get is that they are logical, intuitive things. We have one or two people who believe they're experts in using software that struggle, but that's because they don't really listen.
Well, yes, yeah.
So, which is ironic, really, but is what that is. But yeah,
well, yeah. I mean, I've got lots of different plugins and things, but I just not that I'm not comfortable to it, but I don't think it's appropriate for me to be adding anything in that I might be happy with. But that isn't sort of on the core feature. Well, there is the old adage, isn't it? If it isn't broken, don't fix it. So if all the images are working fine, I don't need to upload my paid version of Short Pixel, for example. We don't need it because it's not a problem. Everything's working fine.
I agree. We have been smushing images using Smush.
Oh, Smush, yeah, I use Smush.
We've been doing that lately on some of the bigger installs. Oh, I've spelled that wrong. But for the time and the effort that it actually takes to do it, I don't think it's that good. Maybe not for us anyway. Whenever I'm optimizing or uploading an image, I use something called Shrinkomatic, and this is another thing that I'd definitely recommend getting. It's a free tool, Talkie-Walkie Shrinkomatic, and you drag and drop your images in there, converts them down to a size that's manageable. So any image we upload to the website is no bigger than 2,000 pixels in width usually, and you can change your quality as well, 60% or 6 out of 10. Anything more than that is a bit of placebo quality. It sounds quite low, 60%, but it's not. So Talkie-Walkie Shrinkomatic is a drag and drop tool for that. Really good. What I recommend using.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar to the using Handbrake for video, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
Drop your video in there and make the settings for website use, and that reduces the file size down.
Yes, absolutely does. So very similar to that as well. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, excellent, Steve. I'll leave you with it then. But
yeah, that's great.
Fire anything over if something pops up that we haven't touched on.
Yeah. All right, James. Once again, thank you very much.
No problem.
And, I'll speak to you again sometime.
All right. Excellent. All right. Have a good
Thanks
time.
now.
Cheers, Steve.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.